Hey everybody, welcome to WhatCulture Gaming. I'm Scott, joined by Josh.
Hello.
And we've got a slight little update as to what the living hell Rocksteady are up to. It's been 3 years now since Arkham Knight, and in amongst a whole bunch of rumors and potential news tidbits as to what they're doing next. And they're now hiring. They're doing a big old recruitment drive towards their next game. Now the most interesting thing, which is also kind of worrying, is that they're hiring for something to appear on next-gen platforms.
Yes.
Which means that we're not getting it this gen.
Which is a shame, I guess, but also, not entirely surprising in a way. We've seen a lot of job listings this year that have indicated that developers are now gearing up for next gen. Even the next Call of Duty, there was a report earlier this year that the 2019's Call of Duty will be for next gen, so it could be that early, which sounds insane because I've only just got to grips with the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Well, there's that. A lot of people just bought 4K TVs. In terms of the rollout of games as well, we're on such a high curve. It's like God of War and Spider-Man's just dominating. So it's like no one's feeling the need for the next console. It's also worth pointing out that included in this recruitment drive says that they're working towards their next AAA game, which assumedly is whatever they've been working on for the last 3-5.
It's gotta be Superman.
I want to say it's Superman.
It's gotta be Superman.
I mean, it's at this point, usually if you're a developer and it gets out there that there's a major game that you're, quote unquote, working on, usually they dispel the myth. Yeah. And Rocksteady never have. They've always just not really addressed it. The nearest they came to semi-confirming it was they sent a Superman logoed cake to another developer to say congratulations when something else came out, and everyone went, oh, is that what that is? But they didn't say anything. The only other thing that comes close to DC-related games in the works was what Warner Bros. Montreal were working on.
What the hell is going on with Warner Bros. Montreal? Because they were allegedly working on a Suicide Squad game that was canned, and then a Damian Wayne Batman game, which we have no idea what the update is on that, and then even a Justice League tie-in game, which is
three of them.
What is this studio working on, and why haven't we heard anything from either them or Rocksteady? And I understand that it takes a long time to develop games. I know they don't want to release anything official until it is ready and is going to blow our minds, but I can see why people, including us, are sort of a bit cautious about both of these projects. I
can't help but think that the general working atmosphere over at WB Montreal must just be sobbing in the corner. Yeah. Just sort of when you walk through a Max Payne level and there's just people crying in places, like one of those weird TV shows. But that's the thing. They've had project after project fall through, and in terms of their bigger brother, so to speak, in regards to how people regard them for the Arkham fandom, Rocksteady have also not really said anything either. No. Word hasn't got out there that Rocksteady's projects have fallen through. It seems like whatever they're working on, they're still working on, and now it's just being pushed onto next gen platforms. Not to say that it might not. It'll probably work on current gen as well. At least I would assume so. Like I said, because of the momentum that's established with the PS4 and Xbox One. Well, mostly the PS4, but it just seems like, they're doing this big old recruitment drive, and assumedly that's something like a Superman. Well,
the thing about Rocksteady's game is it's been 3 years since Arkham Knight, obviously, and you'd assume this game is quite far along, but the last thing we heard is that they're recruiting, and then late last year they were recruiting and just starting to do motion capture tests. So that, to me, indicates, combined with this news, that's not going to be until next gen, that they're not as far along as a lot of people think, because I know I was kind of bummed that they didn't officially announce anything at E3, and there are rumors that we might get a little something at the Video Game Awards in December, but I think a lot of us expected this game to be further along than it apparently is.
I mean, I guess, assumedly, at this point, it probably is quite far along. Companies like Bethesda, and especially Rockstar, have, promoted the idea, or, sort of prioritized the idea that you don't want to show the public until it's ready to drop. That's what CDPR just did with Cyberpunk. And so maybe they're just waiting to go, okay, by the way, here's the new game, it's right here. And the next big press event is, the Game Awards. The only other thing that's worth taking away from this is that a lot of the contracts are hiring for 2-year windows. So it's either they are planning to work on the game for another 2 years, they want to keep someone for that long, or it hints at a release window. That was the way that Eurogamer wrote it up and said maybe this is hinting at when we could be getting it, and the remotest window for the new consoles dropping is kind of circa 2020, which is, games like Death Stranding, the rumor for that is that it's also going to be on next gen. It's at some point they're going to have to start the transition to the next generation of consoles, even if the vast majority of people don't really want it.
Microsoft evidently want to kickstart that sooner than Sony does. We haven't heard really much from Sony, but there's been reports that they've been developing new chips to go into their next console, whereas Xbox has just been like, look, we are working on something. We're working on Xbox.
We have games. We promise.
We have games coming on our next console. And
I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it.
Soon. I don't know, but I think these games consoles are going to come sooner rather than later. But I could see us getting a stopgap release, a la Arkham Origins, from WB Montreal if they're indeed working on anything.
If they are still alive, and if there's any sort of faith left in the DC property at all after the DCEU. And we could get an Aquaman game, you never know. Do you want that, mate?
Not really.
No? So anyway, let us know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think this is the Superman game, or is it something else that Rocksteady have been working on all this time? Let us know what you want to see. I'm Scott from WhatCulture.com.
I'm Josh from WhatCulture.com.
And we'll catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.